Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to League of Europe. It is Season 5 with the guys here in Division 5. We are at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and we are here for round number 6. I am Alt Maverick, and I'll be taking you through tonight's, this evening's, this morning's proceedings. And alongside me once again is the ever-talented and the ever-popular D3 driver, Excel Tin Can. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Looking forward to, as always, what D5 has to offer.
D5 threw up an absolutely stunning race in Monaco last week, and it was so stunning that a late pit stop ultimately caused someone to lose a race win. So if you want to, go ahead and check that one out, because that was absolutely great racing.
Yes, overall, well, not more of the same, but sort of the same. Battling all the way to the end, I think. This track certainly does offer it with its massive DRS straight.
I think the only straights on the calendar that's longer is the sort of curved back straight at Hanoi and then Baku.
Yeah.
But the DRS doesn't start until about halfway down. So you really got to be close to the guy ahead if you're going to want that DRS to really take in full effect.
Especially in trains as well. If you're third man in the train, you're going to need a good exit out of the long right-hander to get any chance, really.
So, early times so far, OWR Tornheim?
Yeah,
I think say it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, early pace 30.5 on the soft tires, and ST5 32.2 on the mediums. And then Ben Scott in fourth place now with the 32.2, and then Cloud Cloud just went P2 with the 31.5.
Yeah, I think China, offers, I think the medium to hard, I think is quicker than the soft to medium, so, or soft to hard even. So P11, unless you're qualifying on the mediums, which some people look to be doing, actually. And if you're P11, you're kind of in a very good spot, especially if there's a late safety car.
This is, I think, one of the many tracks, especially on this calendar, where the alternate strategy is a lot better. But Jasper just said it's a dry quali, races wet to dry.
Wow.
So if that's the case, I'm really wondering why people are on the mediums right now, unless they're just doing banker laps, but...
Yeah. Like, it depends on... I don't think you can get 4 runs in here, so... Even then, I think it just makes more sense to go straight for the softs. But S25's only in P5 at the minute. I don't think anyone is currently on the lap. I think Flip is, actually. Coming down the big straight. Very light brake in here, the 100 metre point. Turns in very nicely. Bit of wheel spin on exit. Controls it very nicely, coming through the last corner, make sure not to invalidate. Comes across the line and P8. Very decent lap on those mediums.
It's a pretty good lap, 32.5. It does put him ahead of some guys on the softs, but to me it doesn't seem like those times are really that competitive. So maybe a few mistakes. I did see, I was following along with Mike as soon as the session began, and he did spin a few times. That 1 minute 45 is definitely not the best he can do. Looks like he's just been pulling back to the garage now to get a new front wing.
Yeah, I think definitely for one that pace, you've got to go for the softs. There's quite a big delta. I think it's about a second or so between them, which around the track, the qualifying is massive. You can't be losing a second, so I do expect Flip and SC5. Oh yeah, he's on softs again now. To go out again.
I think everyone has put the sauce on except for Flip and Slump.
I'm trying to find anyone on the lap. I think Slayer looks like he's on. Yeah, Slayer's on the lap. And he goes third. 31-1.
Yep. So, third place on the grid so far for the championship leader, Slayer, in the Williams. He's got a 30-point gap to MCR behind. So he can afford to not score any points and still maintain the lead in the championship. But with a guy as competitive as he is, I doubt that's really what's going through his mind. He's saying, I want to get that gap up to 25, or get 25 points.
And who knows what could happen in any of the races. You want maximum points from every race. I was looking at MCR now. I think he's finishing his lap. Just behind Riley. What can he do? He goes pole.
Ooh.
Wow. Very quickly. 30 flat.
He's 5/10 clear of his teammate, Tornheim, who is, I'm going to guess, a reserve. I haven't really seen anything saying that he was now in the Red Bull.
I think he's a new driver as well. If I'm not mistaken. Either that or he's a reserves. But Red Bull showing, flexing their muscles as it's 1-2 currently here with 8 minutes left. As a quick shout out to Jasper, as every season he's raced here in LOE, he says he's pretty much finished third each season. So I think he'll definitely want to recreate that again tonight. As currently he has not set a lap in P19. I don't think he's done a lap at all. Not even.
Yeah, he's coming out of the pits now. I think the person who set provisional pole at the beginning of the session, Tornheim, coming through the final corner now, and he pulls into the pits. He baited me. He didn't even have his ERS on.
Yeah. He even picked up Drift Stream from MCR. So, guys all thinking he's going to set a pole lap.
I was hoping so too. They probably made a mistake earlier on then. And the slipstream didn't make up for that time. His mic actually shoots up to P2, but he's still 4/10 off, 4.5 tenths off.
Very good lap. Gets himself right up there to hopefully break this killer instinct curse he almost has, I think.
Trying to vouch for someone different for Noon to curse. Well, not really curse, but just someone different than Mike, because he's been on it every single week.
I think there's
he's not even here.
There's a running thing going on between them two, because it keeps going up each week. It's like week 6 of predicting Mike to win until he wins, so...
I guess we don't even have to read it. We just know it's Mike.
Yeah. Trying to remember who Jav predicted. I'll have a quick look. Because we're into the final 5 minutes of today's quality session. Jav has predicted Slayer, and then MCR and P2. Nice thinking. I mean, he has just gone by the championship by the looks of it. It's Jasper's now finishing his lap. May this be his only lap, I think. Don't think he'll have time to get back to the garage in time, but people get out of the way very nicely for him. Keeps the car steady, very nice. What can he do now? Comes across the line. P8. Not a bad place to be at all.
Yeah, he'll be in the top 10. So if this rain isn't rainy enough to cause for inters at the start, they will have to start on those tires, as was the case in D4.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it a couple of times personally, where it's raining, but it's not really raining, so it's not. The game doesn't think it's into conditions, so it makes you go with the dry tyres, and it's very treacherous. So something to look forward to for D5.
The thing that happened with D4 was DRS still got enabled on lap 3, but then it was about lap 5 or 6 people were starting to put on the inters because they were quicker than the softs, and DRS was still enabled until I think the last 2 laps. Yeah, it was a pretty wild
strange.
race.
I mean, similar sort of in D3. Like 6 laps from the end is inters, and then last 2 laps it was bone dry again. Bizarre weather in China. As Ben Scott moves up into P12 with his lap time. As Ibo, I think, no, outlap. Yeah. Head on behind him is on a lap. 3 attempts up in his first sector of his own. What can he do now? Going through this fast left right. Very hard to master. I don't know if he's backed off. I think he's still going. Yeah, he's still faster than his previous lap into the fast left, well, not fast, but long right-hander where it's so easy to spin the car out wide. Manages to do it very well though, onto this very, very, very long straight. What can he do? Breaking at 100 metre points. Takes that very nicely indeed. Mercedes less than through nicely. And across the line it will be 33.6. Not good enough unfortunately to promote him any higher than 17, but I think he'll be happy he improved.
I think the satisfaction of improving has only happened as Slayer's actually retired in the pit lane, so he won't be going out again. And Also, Sven Diaz, he disqualified himself from the session. I did notice that earlier, as Ibo spun, and I think that's turns 7 and 8.
We're very lucky for the ghosting system, yeah. Torrenheim's put himself in P3. Very good lap there, 30.3.
So qualifying's over.
It looks like a straight shootout between Mike and MCR here. As MCR goes across the line, 29.8. Very impressive. From the Red Bull. What can Mike do now? Can he snatch pole at the last minute?
He's up by 3 tenths.
Is he?
Yeah.
Got a good shot then. As long as he doesn't invalidate, he doesn't. What can he do?
Oh no.
Very close. Very good lap times by the both of them. I do have to say it again, the 29s around here.
And I think that's it actually, because ST5 and Flipper down the backstretch, none of them have their ERS on. Actually, ST5
does, but I don't think it's on a lap. No.
Hopefully we can get these guys to retire quickly. And we can get a move on with the race.
Definitely. I'm really looking forward to it. It's very close to the top. I'd say 7, 9, or even 8 and 9. They're all pretty much within a second, so with the rain as well, anything could happen.
So I'm starting to think now, did any of these guys sacrifice qualifying to put on a wet setup? That's kind of running through my mind right now.
Or tweak their setup a little bit to help themselves.
Yep. So we'll have to find that out during the race, but the man on pole position is going to be MCR, and the guy right beside him is going to be Iverbrand Mike. They'll take up the first row. Second row is going to be Slayer and OWR Torrenheim, and then the rest of the grid is going to be Sam S, Cloudy Cloud, ST5, Flip Nazram, Jasper, and Swip. They are your top 10. If it is a dry start, they will start on those tires. Then Dave, Ryan, Riley, Ben Scott, Emperor, Slump, Ibo, Bellin, Dutchface, and Sven Diaz will make up the rest of the grid.
I mean, there's a few drivers at the bottom, they're not even completing a lap, so I think we're set for a very wet Shanghai track by the looks of it. I think that's definitely into conditions.
Yep, doesn't seem like it's raining hard enough. And sadly the cars aren't in the pit lane and we can't see what tires they're on.
Would be nice to know, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I do have to say this is about what it looked like for D4. And we started on dries.
Right. So, I think you can't change it, can you, if the game makes you go soft, well, dries.
I think if it's something like this, because I wanted to start on inters, but I couldn't select them, so
yeah. So we could still see early pit stops then, if that's the case.
Strategies have been called, and it is going to be slick tires. Oh my gosh.
It looks very wet as well. I'm bored with MTR, yeah.
Yeah, and Sam M's already in the wall. Or Sam S is already in the wall. That happened to someone ahead of me, too.
Oh, and I think, yeah, Mike's on the grass as well.
Come on,
I
it's
think
the,
I
it's the
remember doing it.
formation lap.
I remember doing it in my debut race in league racing, and I actually went on to win. So
Maybe it's not a good
maybe
luck.
it's a lucky charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also very embarrassing, I must say.
Okay, so no one outside the top 10 is on softs. And that is
Strange.
weird because if it's wet like this, you want the softest compound because it gives you the most
Yeah.
grip.
And
So,
especially the ones on hards, they're going to be freezing.
oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. I think Packer even said it. They said something along the lines of even it's so hard to get the hard compounded tires up to temperature when it's dry. He said I can't even
Yeah.
imagine trying to do it in the wet.
Any sort of wheel spin you try and get for the rear tyres, you're going to be off, as we've seen already in the formation lap.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they do manage to hit their tyres, fair play, fair play.
I mean, maybe the rain isn't lasting that long.
Yeah.
It could be maybe 2 laps, and then the mediums are going to work. But if the front 10 can, keep their, right foot under their control a bit more, they'll pull away from the rest of them.
Yeah. Great. One thing to look out for then is can they get the gap to the medium runners? Because they're going to be pitting lap 5, lap 6, around the bounce. That's a very short time to get ahead of all these medium and hard runners. I saw in D3 where Mark, he was clear away in P1, but got caught up in the traffic, and Miami ended up winning. So who knows?
Yep, seems like this is just going to be a race of gambles, and
Yeah.
whether or not these drivers feel like it is rainy enough, I should say, to put on the inters. But Sven at the back gets into his grid slot. The rest of the cars shimmy into position. And we are ready to go here for Division 5 at the Chinese Grand Prix. The lights, are they working? I don't know. There they go.
There they are.
4 and 5 lights. It's lights out, and we're racing here in China. It's a pretty tentative start from everybody, but it seems like MCR gets the big jump. They're 4 wide, and there's there's a McLaren off. Oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh, this is bad.
That's absolute chaos.
Yeah, safety car right away. And
I'm not surprised. That was
Yeah.
a very, very bad. Similar to what we saw in Russia, was it? Where first corner, someone's just lost. I think it's the Mercedes, was it, that just lost the rear end, and it's just had a dominoes effect through the field. As I can see, about 4 or 5 cars at the back, all with damage.
Yeah,
I think Dutch Race being one of them.
Cloudy Cloud was the Renault that went into the wall. Pretty far deep into turn 1, I will say, so he probably got a late tap from someone's, but
A lot of people got penalties as well.
Yeah, Mike hit.
Mike and Tarnheim.
Yeah, they hit. So they both got 5 seconds.
Which they will have to serve as well. They can't just try and get it removed after the race because they're going to have to make a pit stop.
I'll try to go back and watch what happened. But it was a McLaren of, I'm gonna guess, Sam S. that just spun the tires just before pit exit, or just before the pit
Yeah.
wall ends. Hits an Alfa Romeo of, I'm gonna guess, ST5, and then shoots across
Sven.
the Renault.
Sven and Slumber have collided under the safety car and both got pens. And Riley, I think, as well.
Oh my god. Well, this happened too in D4. There's a lot of people with 5-second pens right away.
I think as a lot of them have pitted. Ryan, he's just got straight on. And Dave's tried to overtake him under the safety car. Don't know if that's allowed from the looks of it, but as Ryan actually takes the lead. That's not right, is it? No.
I'm thinking the timing glitch is happening.
It's Flip, yeah. Flip's actually in the lead. With Samet, not Samet. Dave in second. Then Ryan. It would be.
I think half the field pitted there.
Yeah.
It doesn't really surprise me.
I think I can see why people like Mike and Tar and Heim have pitted to get rid of their penalties. They've all gone dry tyres as well, so I think the wet weather is not here to stay, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did say it is going to be wet to dry.
Cloud doesn't have. Cloudy Cloud's driving without a front wing.
He didn't pit to change
that's
it.
Just... No.
What?
That's very straight. I'm very confused.
I'm confused too. I mean, Jasper did pit as well.
But surely it'd been worth just pitting anyway and losing the extra time. It seems to be losing the positions anyway. I think if you are driving that car with no front wing in this weather, he'll probably be in the wall by now.
Same here.
Yeah.
So I think everybody got rid of their penalties except for Cloudy Cloud, who now pulls into the pits, and Riley.
But Riley being on the hards is understandable, I think. I'm still confused to why Flip hasn't pitted. He's on the softs. I mean, he does only have to do the one stop, which will be a lot easier to do now those softs aren't as worn, but he's got a pack of medium and hard runners all behind him that he's got to get away from, as they will come back at him in the second stint, I think.
It would surprise me if Flip does pull away.
Yeah.
But well, of course I had this kind of same thing today, but even Monday I had a league where it was the same thing, and it was about 5 or 6 laps in, the rain it stopped. But because tires don't wear the slick tires don't wear as much in the rain as they do the dries, we were able to take those softs a little bit extra, which then led the mediums, because it was in Austria, to have the mediums not be as worn at the end of the race, and not be in that puncture territory for the one stop. So I can see why he's staying out if he thinks the rain's going to end in the next 3 laps.
Yeah, and I mean, MCR, he's going to be on the cusp of getting a puncture at the end, I think, if he stays out. Whereas Slayer, Mike, all the medium runners now will have to pit again. So It's an interesting choice, that's for sure. As it is still raining. As a safety car's in this lap.
That's a late call too.
I think it's just because Sam and Crowley caught up in the back.
So Flip is going to Magello this as they come through the final corner. They
As
are all
Dave's
spread
got him.
out. Oh.
Dave's absolutely run with it.
We'll see if that warrants a penalty or not. I'm not too sure, because I believe that was Ryan going wide in turn
There's
one.
there was a AlphaTauri around in the middle. I think it's sped on. And those hards. Just can't keep on the track.
Oh,
MCR
no,
up.
bike's around.
Oh no.
Not again.
He's had to wait as well.
Yeah. I think that's the struggle of going on these mediums and hards, is that you're not going to have the grip. Spin around the outside of Jasper, heading into this double left-hander.
And for the inside of Ben Scott. And another.
Oh!
What a move!
Wow!
Sven, from last, is now up into P8.
I mean, that was 3 moves in 3 corners. That was absolutely brilliant. I'm glad I caught that.
Yeah.
He's 1.4 seconds off the Slayer, so he's got some work to do before he
Flip
can
got the lead again. Just showing how much quicker those softs are. As he's got a 3-second lead now to Ryan as well. As Dutch face gets past Riley into P4. But wide on the exit.
Both run wide.
MCR's got to be looking to capitalise on this now. And Slayer behind him. As Riley runs very wide.
Wide again.
Pretty much letting both the Red Bull and Williams through. With Sven and Jasper now catching onto this train. Oh!
I think Riley lost it on his own.
Oh, he's out.
Oh no!
Right, I was on board with Sven. What happened, I think, Riley lost it and then Sven almost didn't expect him to, and he's tapped him.
Oh boy.
Causing another safety car.
Well,
okay. It's going to be a very long Grand Prix.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had that camera that's kind of up high on a crane, looking down that straight.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like Riley did lose it, and then Sven just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's very, I think, unfortunate for both Sven and Riley, because Sven could have damage, as Mike has damage on the hearts. I don't know how he's done that actually.
He came into the pits just before the safety car happened. I would say maybe he hit the safety car, but that usually just breaks your whole car.
Yeah. Maybe it's worth paying for softs again. At this point, the mediums and hards look so much slower.
Yeah, Flip's in, so he's changing.
Yeah. I think he's just going with a normal strategy, soft to hards. By the looks of it. No, he's going to mediums.
And the Renault of Jasper's in as well. So is Swip and Cloudy Cloud.
But I'm guessing going on to hard. Well, Swip's got a wing change. Mike, I'm guessing, going to be in again. As Dave now leads with the Hasses second and third. And Sven in P6, I do have to say. From that, he's done an incredible job so far.
I've seen Sven in the past do some really great overtakes and making up positions, but this has got to be one of his best that I've seen him do.
Yeah. In these conditions as well, makes it so much more difficult to pull off any move. He managed to do 4, or was it 4?
I think it was only
I think
3.
so. Either way, up there for overtake of the week.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna be waiting here a while as we wait for Clouded Cloudslip and Mike to get to it.
I think Mike's been given a second chance almost again
Yeah.
with his safety car.
So wait for them to go and catch up to the pack. I'll do my shameless plug. The final rounds, well, it's only one round, but it's 2 races of the F2. It's coming to an end on Monday, sadly. With D1 hosted by DACA and D5, or not D5, what the hell? D2 hosted by James Ped. I believe both of those championships haven't been decided yet. So
I'm not sure, but Toxic may have won it in D1. But still, you should still go watch as Mike's in the pits again. Mike is going for the 7-stop strategy.
Don't tell me he's going to retire.
I think he's just going for the hards to the end. Yeah. Which is, I mean, he's got a lot of work to catch up to the pack now, but
yeah, I don't know if the safety car will come in this lap, even though Mike is so far behind, because we've been under the safety car for 2 laps now.
oh, have we?
So I don't know if it'll come in or not without him.
This is a point usually where it would, so I don't think it will.
It usually lets us know. We get into
Say
the
that
first
it
sector.
happened, yeah. It happened right at the end, didn't it, last time, but yeah, I think he'll be out for another lap by the looks of it. As long as Mike can keep out the walls, he could be on for a good strategy here. Because he doesn't have to stop again, no. The only other person ready to do that, I think, is MCR, Ben Scott, and Slump, if I'm right. So he definitely still has a chance. Just go, keep it clean, and show us that pace which Killer believes in.
So hopefully Mike will catch up. And we can go back. I feel like Burn Mindlander has led more laps than anybody else today.
He's kept it clean the most anyway. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the end of him either.
No.
Do I have to say this rain has been out for quite a while?
Yeah. I'm starting to think that it's not going to dry up until the very end of the race.
Yeah. It's just going to be like this light rain. Which once your tyres heated up, it's fine. It's just trying to keep them warm, as the safety car will be in this lap. As it stopped raining, just as I said that.
Oh. I guess now everybody can just hammer down if they want to. They don't got to worry about losing the rear in the wets.
I mean, the track is completely drawn. Kind of shows how much rain it was in the end. As Dave is preparing to get us underway. When will he go?
Safety car has pulled in, is not going yet, and now he's gone just before the final corner. So Dave's away, McDutchface. He's really close to Ryan. Gonna poke his nose into turn one, but can't get the move done. So the two Asses not having any sort of team orders at the moment. It seems like everybody behind got through nice and clean.
There seems to be quite a big gap though between. Yeah. As Ivo is almost letting people through. Yeah. This lead pack tries to get away. As Sven has gone for an absolute dive on Slayer there and he's pulled it off. Up into P5 now for the racing points. Obviously they still both have to pit, so completely full position as well. He's just set his sights on MTR now. Will he go for it? No, he thinks better of it. As McDutchface has got past Ryan. As there's a yellow flag. Torrenheim's gone into the pit, so it must be to do with him. I can't believe.
Slayer really close now to the back of Sven. Trying to go around the outside into turn 4 or 5. Got onto the grass. And tries to do the high-low into the double left-hander.
McDutchface now all over the back of Dave. Surely he's got the move done here. Pulls alongside. Both using all their ERS they can. But just McDutchface has gone way too deep there and Dave keeps the position. The Slayer and Sven back at it again.
Sven and Slayer side by side through 1, 2, and 3 and a bit of contact as they run through 2. This continues down to 3.
I guess keeps the position, I guess.
Yeah. Really good defensive driving from Sven. So now I guess we know he can do both. He can attack and he can defend.
As Ryan's almost creating this bit of a train now, isn't he? Behind him. All the way to Flip in P8.
He's going to be out of DRS by quite a margin to McDutchface. It wouldn't surprise me.
He'll be looking for the move on Dave.
Yeah.
As they're both outbreaking each other. If he does get the move done. As Ryan's into the pit. And Sven's lost it. Oof. Managed to keep it just about, but that releases Slayer onto the back of MCR now.
Say that it definitely seemed like Slayer was quicker than Sven.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Slayer gets within DRS going down the long straight on this lap.
I think Mike's moved his way into P14 just as Emperor tries to come back at him, but doesn't manage to do, unfortunately. I do have to say though, I don't think MCR's going to pit again, so Slayer's got to try and overtake MCR and gain a pit stop on him over the next 16 laps. That's some task. As Cloud to Cloud's going for a move on Menskar here, and could get Bellon as well. He will be able to. Double move down the straight. Bellon manages to outbreak very late, and Cloud to Cloud ends up getting just Menskar by the looks of it. Close going into that corner, but he can't really go too wide really.
Yeah, someone's got to give in that corner. Well, I have seen it done where both of them get through, but they lose so much time in the car ahead. As Emperor spun at turn 2. Emperor did keep the car to the wall, so no wing damage and no tires lost.
As there's a bit of a train forming here now behind Dave. MCR, Slayer, ST5 and Sven and Flip all in this little train.
It seems like there's two trains forming, then the second one is going to be Bellon down to maybe just Ben Scott. You know, Mike as well. Mike's in this too.
Yeah, Sam's nearly in it as well. I think within the next lap or two he could be on the back of it as well, with the pace they're going.
Oh! Sam's off. Into the wall.
Sorry Sam, I think I've
oh, what have we done?
Completely cursed him there.
Ooh,
that is very unfortunate.
I can't get the car pointing the right direction, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get a VSC here. Just please not another safety car. Okay, good.
Oh, as Torrenheim's gone straight on. It's all happening at the back of the field.
As here and Slayer side by side.
I do have to say, they've done a pretty good job of keeping them all behind down that straight.
think
This is
now...
all helping with the trace as well.
Yeah, I think the last lap going into this corner, he was only like 2.5 seconds ahead, and now he's 4.3. So he's definitely flying, but I was going to say, I think this is the point now where the hards become better than the mediums, I want to say.
I'd say it does look like that. As MCR's managing to defend very easy, well, not very easily, but easy enough from Slayer. Then, oh, gets a bit of a tank slap around the left seat. Manages to keep it past SC5 though, which allows Flip, his teammate, to get through as well. Teamwork by the racing points there. As Mike's got past 2 more drivers and up into P12 now. Slowly working his way back to the field, Mike. It will be interesting to see where Dutch Face and Dave, all of these drivers on the mediums, manage to come out, because I don't think they've created enough of the gap yet to Jasper and all the cars behind them to get in front of them.
No, because I just checked now, McDutch Race only has a 17-second gap over Jasper. I want to say it's about 20 seconds. So he'll come out behind Cloudy Cloud.
Yeah. And obviously, Dave and all them have got a 6-second gap as well to get. I think MCR's, this is almost his race to lose still, as he doesn't have to pit.
He's going to go on the outside of Dave into turn 1.
Can he get it done?
Make it?
Dave defended very well. So.
MCR, he's got the inside for turn 3.
They're going to stay side by side now though. And Dave manages to keep it. As this is all just got helping the Dutch Face. He's in a league of his own at the minute.
I do have to say, I am really impressed that we only have 4 guys with penalties so far.
Yeah. I think some of them are... No, I think all of them are 3 second of them. I was going to say some of them could be collision penalties, but... Slayer now looking to get the move on Dave and backs out of it wisely. And then goes too deep and Sven's got him again. And MCR's finally got the move done on Dave as Slayer pits.
So Slayer pits on 13-lap-old mediums. Everybody ahead of him is on older tires, so I imagine they would start coming in now. We only have 11 to go.
That's where will Slayer come out. Mike's jumped to him. Ruben Scott, yes. Can bet on. Yes. Well, he's got a lot of work to do, Slayer.
He's come out ahead of ST5 and Ryan. At least the cars he's got to overtake, they're kind of spread apart.
Yeah, it's not. I think his main aim for this next lap or two is to try and jump Dave. I think it'd be. I think Mid Dutch Race is too far ahead at this point. Yeah, jumped by anyone.
Yeah, McDuffie should come out around Jasper and Swamp and Cloudy
yeah.
Cloud.
On fresh hards as well. Unless he's going, he's trying to extend these mediums to go to the softs.
Could be.
There's MCR pits.
Gate pits too.
Why is MCR pit? Unless he couldn't make... Unless he didn't think he could make the tyres go to the end.
That's really interesting.
Where will he come out compared to Slayer though?
I think Slayer's got him.
Are they going to be... No, he doesn't.
He got
MCR
Dave, but he
stays
didn't
ahead.
get MCR.
Wow. I have no idea who's going to win this race now. Could be Jasper. I think he's actually...
I think that's Ballon off. Yeah, Ballon's off.
Yeah, it is. As he gets a 10-second time penalty and spun again.
Dutchface is carrying on. So I do think he's going to try to go for the softs.
Yeah. I think it's the right thing to do as well, is because if he pits, he's just going to come out in all this traffic. Whilst he's got the clean air. Especially if there's a safety car at some point as well, or a VSC. It helps him massively.
Oh,
Bellon's
no.
retired on track. Oh no.
Well, from personal experience, there'll be 8 license points if he hasn't.
And it's a VSC.
Oof. Well, the field will be neutralized. Now
How long will this VSC?
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long. I'm starting to wonder for McDutchface, or at least for his sake, I think he really needs to make sure that when this VSC ends, his delta is as low as it can be to make up most of that time.
He is currently, him and Ibo are the only people that haven't stopped. But Sven did pit for mediums twice, so...
VSD's taken a while to go in, surprising.
Still not said it's ending.
There we go.
Oh, and it's ended.
SD5 gets a drive-through.
And he continues on.
He's got the gap to come out ahead of Jasper.
Oh, as Sven's hit flip because he was going into the pits.
Oh.
Oh no. That's not going to help him at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that team meeting after the race.
It's going to be a long discussion, that's for sure. It's Mike slowly working. He's in P7 somehow. As I do have to say, Flip doesn't have to pit either. Flip can stay out to the end at the minute.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta run upstairs real quick.
No worries. MCR and Slayer. Well, it's been the story of the race really. Right by the side of each other all along. as it's now a very sunny Chinese Grand Prix. Stark contrast to start of the race. As Mike now looking for a move. Can he get it done? Same with Cloudy Cloud on Jasper. And slumped it behind him. As McDutch faces pit and Flip's gone massively wide. Here's the turning point. What does McDutch face do? As Flips into the pits as well. McDutch races on the softs. Will Jasper come out ahead? Oh, so close. What a move that is from McDutch face. Down the inside, and he's got the lead back. Now all he has to do is take those softs, 7 laps, I think. And it's a fresh set as well, so we should be able to do that easily. Jasper now in P2. Oh. Mike still on the back of Swip. Looking for P5.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Right, Dutch faces pit for softs, so as Flip. And now there's an MCR and Mike have hit slightly.
MCR's around actually.
Yeah, it weren't the best place to go for a move by MCR, that's for sure. He was trying to go down the inside of a very tight corner.
Your best bet there is to stick behind him because you'll get the DRS.
Yeah. Especially with a bear exit, which you seem to have. Because now Dutch Face has got a 3-second gap in 1 lap to Jasper.
What's interesting to me is that we've talked about Sven and how much he's come up the grid, but I have the position changes in. McDutchface has gone up 18 positions.
He did. Oh, he started at the back, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's been a superb drive from the Haas driver. He's done everything brilliantly so far, I do have to say. One key part of that was getting the gap after that second restart. And McDutch face now, looking for the move on Swift. Should be able to get it done. And does so. Very nice indeed. Swift looking for the switch, sort of switch back. But he's left the door open for Slayer now. Keen to make amends for safety car restart and get into P6. As Slump's gone very wide, open the door right up for Mike. Can he get it done? He does.
He's ahead for now, but Slump's going to try to poke his nose to the inside. Mike got in the grass there. Mike runs wide. Slayer's there now. Oh, his Mike's
no.
lost it.
Oh no. You've got to feel for both drivers there.
Oh yeah.
Mike, I'm guessing he's spun because he's got grass on his tyres. And Slayer, he just couldn't do anything about it, unfortunately.
It's just one of those helpless positions.
Yeah. Sven's now on the back of Slayer again. And unfortunately, to get to move them very easily. As MCR now behind Dave once again. Can he get it done this time? Going for around the outside. Can he stick it? Does so very well. Nice move by the Red Bull driver.
That was some great traction out of the final corner.
Yeah. I think we've got a special mention for Jasper and Cloudy Cloud as well. They haven't really been on overtaking or anything. They've just stuck to the task, and they're now P3 and P2.
Yeah, they're definitely just working together.
Yeah.
I think they know they can't catch McDuck's face, and they know if they start battling, then Slump and Slip will catch up.
Yeah. Slump is on 21 lap old hards though, so he's definitely going to be feeling the wear on those hards. I wonder if there is ever a possibility of Cloudy Cloud being allowed to attack in these last few laps, if they know they're safe.
Bring up the standings. And, Jasper does have more points than Cloudy Cloud. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do stay this way.
Yeah.
But in terms of the constructors, they're getting the same amount of points. Either way they finish.
It's been a very good day, hasn't it, for Renault so far.
And Mercedes.
And Mercedes. Do have to say McDuck Racing nearly got another pit stops gap on everyone. On those softs.
Wish we had a like a race director here. I could say that he's got to serve a penalty or something and has to change tires to make it interesting.
I think the way he's going at it, he should still be fine. Seems to be gaining a few seconds a lap on everyone. As MCR and Flip. MCR trying looking around the outside of the slump. Things fair of it. I think he's just waiting for DRS now. I think he knows he has slump even. To get back into P5, which, considering Slayer's position, still good points for the Red Bull to get going back. Maybe even P4 with penalties as well.
Yeah, Swift's got 3 seconds, so as long as MCR is within that gap, he should get P4 out of this. And anybody else behind, but Flip gets around Slump as well.
Dave will also be looking for the move now. Brings fair of it though. And then now goes for the move. Lovely work by the McLaren driver. That's Sven. That corner has caught a lot of people out today.
Yeah. Mike got fastest lap. Oh, that brings a smile to my face.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to get the point though, but at least he kept it from, I think McDutchface had it.
Yeah, you can get the screenshot of it.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to now at this point is Jobs' weekly meme of Mike.
Yeah, as Cloud has done the move on Jasper.
So team orders not a
Maybe
thing
that.
at Renault.
Yeah. Maybe they're just slightly worried about MCR behind them.
Yeah, they are catching.
Yeah.
The MCR, he is pulling Swip and Flip. Swip,
Yeah.
Flip, Slump. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh, they changed position again.
I have no idea these tactics that Renault are using, but
Ooh.
it seems to be working. I think Jasper's more in the title fight, if anything, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, they're on the same lap tires. I think what makes this a bit more, I wouldn't say interesting, but neither of them have any penalties.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not like they have to keep a gap. I mean, as long as they can, if MCR does get ahead of them, as long as they can just overtake them going into the hairpin on the final corner on the final lap.
Yeah, and they've got more ERS as well, both of them. Whereas MCR's only got about 20% left. Which they're going to use to their advantage. As Flip.
Yeah, up the inside.
Managed to get Swip. The two most confusing names in the league.
MCR, he's closing in.
Yeah. He's got to try somewhere different though. I don't think he'll be able to get either of them on the straight.
Now, if I was Jasper or Cloudy right now, I would start to think that MCR is definitely going to try to go into the hairpin. So if I was them, I would go side by side as soon as they can and try to break the slipstream. Instead of a 2-car slipstream, it's only going to be a 1-car slipstream.
They've got to think of something because he's right on the back of him, Cloudy Cloud here.
Yeah, this is the closest he's been.
Oh, Cloudy Cloud's lost it slightly.
This could be huge for MCR.
I think
Doesn't look
Jasper's
like
safe.
he'll get it.
As McDutchface has won the race.
Absolutely bossed it.
Yeah, it's been drive of the season so far, I have to say, from McDutchface.
Well, MCR's got the run!
Oh!
Oh!
Oh my!
Wow!
What a move.
Yeah, Cloudy locked the brakes up going into the final corner. Oh my. I don't think there's ever been a last lap pass in that corner. Like, ever. What a race, though, at the end of it. All the different strategies playing out. That was awesome.
I don't think even God himself would have been able to predict that result in the end. I think MCR is the only one from the top 3 or so. And Cloudy Cloud, but you started to see. So yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Great racing, I think, especially once he was dry. Sorry.
So we'll wait for Ibo to cross the line, unless he's gonna do some donuts for us. Yes!
Yes! He is listening.
Yay! Oh no, McDuckface just lapped him again.
Legend.
The Division 5 Chinese Grand Prix is done and dusted. Ended on an absolute banger with Ippo and his donuts, and McDuckface
Yeah.
picks up the driver of the day in game.
I think.
I gotta agree with it.
Yeah. I think pretty much the last the first, wasn't it? 18th or 19th on the grid.
Yeah, he made up 18 spots, so I think it was
yeah,
19.
So, yeah. A Dutch 1-2. In the end.
So the final graphic has started up and it's actually raining again here in China. So thankfully the race got over, but it is going to be a Dutch 1-2 with McDuckface and Jasper picking up the front two positions. Then MCR rounding out the podium in P3. There's going to be Cloudy Cloud, Dave, Flip, Swip, Slump. There we go. That's the order I want them in every single race. Then Ryan, Ben, ST5, and Sven Dios all picking up points. They finished 4th to 12th respectively. That is going to be Mike, Slayer, Emperor Rub, OWR Tornheim, Sir Ibo, Bellin, Sam, and Riley. And I do believe our only DNFs was Riley, Sam, and Bellin.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the only three. Looking at it.
You know, Mike wasn't too far out of finishing in the points and getting that fastest lap point.
Oh, 4 seconds in the end. And he had a 3-second penalty.
Yeah.
So, nearly got it. I think very different race to what we usually get in Division 5. That's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as chaotic as I thought it was going to be. Well, other than the start.
Yeah.
But
apart from the first 8 laps, I would say.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to argue with the in-game driver of the day.
No.
And that's being McDuckface. But a great race in China. I never thought I'd say that because I absolutely despise this track. But
it's the opposite. I love this track. I do.
Well, you're on pad, aren't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Still a fun track to drive.
I think it's more fun in classic cars than it is in these cars, but
yeah,
I don't know. But either way, end of the race. Obviously, it's time to say goodbye. The ACC PC side of things gets underway tomorrow. We're still looking for a commentator. If you want to do it, hit up League of Europe on Twitter and get them a message sent. As I mentioned during, I think, our second safety car, the final round of the F2 season is going on Monday. That goes live at 1 p.m. or no, yes, 1 p.m. Central U.S. time, which I think is 7 p.m. GMT.
7 p.m. Yeah.
And then we won't be back for League of Europe action until Friday with ACC PS4, which is entering its 8th rounds, and that will be hosted by myself. And then, of course, we'll be back here for all 5 of the F1 side, or on the PC, or on the PS4 side of things. There's too many P's. The PS4 side of things for F1 back here on Saturdays. And Tin Can, if you have any remarks, here you go.
I think if you want to watch me battle another race, head on over to F2 because I will definitely do it. But yeah, I think it's been a pleasure to commentate with you as always. I'm looking forward to next week again already.
Yep. So you'll definitely not want to miss next week at the Australian Grand Prix in the beautiful city of Melbourne. So hopefully we will see you there. Have a great weekend, everyone, and as always, take care.